So there's this app that my family and I used to use when we go on long road trips, and it's just a Would You Rather app, which is pretty self-explanatory, but it always had some really good questions. And I got to thinking about the questions that it had on it. And I really wanted to see your input on them because, and what's really interesting about this app is you can actually see the difference, or you can see what the other people who use the app, you can see their input as well. So you make your choice, and then it tells you what percentage of people picked each decision. So I want to see your decision,
know if you're wrong or
my
right.
decision, and obviously whoever agrees with the majority of the people, they're obviously correct. You know, that's how democracy works, right?
Yep.
You just do what everybody else is doing.
It's percentage rules.
Yep.
All right.
So let's just kick right into it. So first one's fairly easy. And I feel like
I'm gonna say something really bad.
yeah. Well, some of these are going to be pretty easy ones, and then eventually you're going to have to make some hard moral decisions. And I am really eager to see your true colors.
You know my mind is messed up, Connor.
Yeah. So I want everybody else to know. All right. So first one, pretty easy. Would you rather spend every minute for the rest of your life indoors or every minute for the rest of your life outdoors?
I would have to say outdoors.
I knew you would.
Because I think I would go really crazy just sitting indoors all day. I feel like that is akin to an insane asylum.
Is it interesting? So your mind immediately goes to like confined spaces.
Yeah.
I know some pretty large indoor areas.
Okay.
I mean,
But they're not the same as like an outdoor space. Like, it's like you're gonna have fake lighting for the rest of your life.
there's windows.
I don't know, man. Oh, what do you say then?
It would suck to give up outdoors, but I would have to say indoors. I mean, just on the basis of comfort, I mean, at least you can control your environment for the rest of your life. Imagine you're never able to get out of the rain or the cold.
Well, it doesn't mean you can't have a tent, right?
Yes, it does mean you can't have a tent.
That's not indoors. There are no doors, there are zippers.
Where is it? Where does it say that the doors, by definition, have latches and hardware? A door.
I wasn't there when it was written.
You cannot go into it. I guess if the tent, maybe if the tent doesn't have a door.
Yeah.
No, you know what? Outdoors means all it has, unless it's a cave, all it has is a roof. So maybe like a gazebo.
I would not mind sleeping in a gazebo, honestly. Like.
So what if there's a blizzard? All you have is outdoor space heaters and sleeping bags, pretty much.
I live in the desert. I can't even fathom.
So you would just not. So I guess you could just move to a place that's not inconvenient.
That's what
you just have to migrate.
Americans did. They migrated based on the seasons. And like
that's true.
Like
it'd be. We're gonna get in a lot of trouble if that's incorrect. We're gonna get in a lot of trouble.
It is not. But think about the spiritual fulfilledness you get sleeping outdoors under the stars versus like inside constantly. I mean,
I agree, but I just don't think it's worth the sacrifice. I would rather, it's like convenience versus like just some intangible quality of feeling better. While also being miserable physically speaking. That's
to each his own.
Well, let's find out who's. It's exactly split 50-50.
Oh,
so
okay.
we're both correct because we both agree with the majority.
Right?
Yeah, yeah. That's what 1 out of 2 is. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Would you rather be able to morph into any animal or morph into any person?
Ooh, animal for sure.
Why?
Because people are boring. Like, imagine morphing, like you're sprinting towards a cliff and you morph into an eagle and just soar through the canyon. Like, that is so much cooler than me just switching chairs with Connor.
Well, you don't just turn into that person. You look like that person. So it wouldn't be switching chairs. You would just look like me. Or you could, I feel like this, I don't know if this is a crime to say this, but you could like turn into the president, basically. I know it's not illegal to say it, but the spirit of it is probably illegal.
I don't know. I like the idea of having like a different point of view. like I've always wondered about different, like even short people. I wonder like what do they see, you know? Because it's like they can't see that shelf. So it's like even greater if you were to come like a fly or like an ant. Like everything would look so cool.
Yeah, just so we're clear, I am in agreement with you. I do agree with that.
Yes.
I just want to know your reasoning. But I think I think more than thinking it would be cool to be another animal, I just worry about the moral implications of morphing into other people.
Yes.
You know, like what if people knew that? What if people found out that you were a human that could look like anybody? They would never trust anybody again.
No, yeah, it's true. And
Society would crumble if they found out that they were humans. Even if it's just you, they don't know if it's everybody but them.
yeah.
Society would fall apart if you can't trust your neighbor and what you're looking at. And when I say trust your neighbor, I don't mean who they are, but just that the person you're looking at is the same person you saw yesterday.
You don't know if it's Bob or Jim. Like
Yeah, and we don't trust Jim. We trust Bob, but it could be Jim.
Yeah.
So you know what? Why don't we just?
that.
Yeah.
You're right. That would wreak havoc.
Yeah. Well, we're in the minority on this one.
Whoa.
41% say be able to turn into any animal, which really draws into question.
I think the other people are perverts.
I was gonna say I wasn't gonna say that exactly, but that's what I was thinking. Yes. Yeah. Would you rather have huge arms and weak legs, or have huge legs and weak arms?
Well, I already have huge both. I would I would rather have huge legs because I don't skip leg day.
I think you're just scared of people thinking that you skip leg day. There's like such a societal like aversion to skipping leg day, quote unquote.
Like, I love leg day. Like I hate doing arms.
Really?
I hate doing arms. I love doing leg exercises.
Yeah.
Like I hate my life when I do arm exercises. I'm just like, this is really repetitive and boring. But like there's something you can tap into when you're doing like leg workouts, like a deadlift. It's just pure raw adrenaline and like every muscle in your body.
I think your body does produce more like hormones when you're using bigger muscles.
Yeah.
So like when you're using the biggest muscles, I think it does release probably more.
Yeah, and your legs are the strongest part of your body. You know, it's like I don't know. I already have pretty weak arms, so.
Well.
What about you, Connor?
Oh, I didn't even answer.
No, you didn't answer.
Well, I don't work out at all, so having big arms, I don't know, that sounds all right to me.
Yeah.
I feel like
Popeye forearms.
I could, yeah, no, for real, yeah. Have like forearms like this, and then just like wear jeans for the rest of my life. I don't know. Yeah. Let me see. I just dropped it. Okay. You said have huge legs, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're in the majority. 54% want to have huge legs. 46% have huge arms. I think everybody's lying. I think everybody's just scared of people saying, "Oh, you skip leg day." I think it's just a societal
So
thing.
like if they could just like by some feat of magic have big legs and they never have to do leg day. That's what this is, just like a cop out.
Yeah, that's probably. But I think the question is more like it's a permanent decision. You will always, and it's not like have the arms you currently have. It's have scrawny arms forever. You cannot fix it. Like you said, Popeye arm. It's either Popeye
Imagine
forearms.
how weird you would look like either way.
Yeah,
Like,
you have to choose one
it
though.
It would be very, like, what's not proportionate.
Yeah, but you can always cover up. You can always, if you have bulky
Long
legs,
sleeves, bro.
if you have bulky legs though, people will notice.
That's true.
You either have to wear like really baggy pants, which also looks weird. That's my thinking, I think.
But like, you get to wear shorts everywhere. And just,
People,
like,
when I look at you,
girls like parts that are on your legs. Like, that sounds so bad. I didn't mean that. I meant like your butt.
I knew that was going somewhere weird. I knew as soon as you said the word girls, I was like, where is this going?
That came out wrong.
Oh, well, I'm gonna take away your shovel so you don't dig a bigger hole. We're gonna.
I'm turning red. I mean, I'm not wrong.
Okay, I'm gonna wait for your face to go back to its normal pallor before we. Woo. Okay, next one we'll say is.
I'm good now.
Okay, would you rather have a yacht or a private jet?
Ooh, private jet for sure. It's much better form of transportation. Also, you don't have to deal with the ocean. The ocean is pretty scary.
You have to fly over it.
Well,
I guess you
that's
don't
true.
have to.
But like one
want
of
to
the
avoid
safest
it.
forms of transportation is airplanes, though.
True.
And like, imagine being able to go like anywhere in the world that your heart desires, and within 12 hours.
True.
Like you could go fly to Rome for dinner and then fly home.
Well, I mean, it would still be a long trip to Rome, but
It
still.
would. But you also have a private jet, which has like the coolest seats. They swivel.
That is true. Yeah, it's not just, I mean, you get there quickly, but even the time that you're there, you're in luxury.
Yeah, like I would feel kind of confined on a yacht because it's like you're literally in an open, frothing sea, and it takes you so long to get anywhere. But like, you could explore so much more at a higher rate on a plane. What about you? What do you think?
I would say yacht. I mean, like, I like the ocean. I like being on the ocean, and boats are a lot of hard work, but they're very rewarding. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, you could say the same for a jet, really, but I mean, you could turn a yacht into a business. If you're good if your seamanship is good, you can make quite a bit of money ferrying people around and providing service. And if you don't want to do that, if you just have the money to just use it at your leisure, being on, again, the same thing could be true for, if you had like a Lear jet or something, the same thing is true. But wherever you go, you're going in style. I mean, you're arriving when you tell people you have your own boat,
That's true.
people are like, oh, this man's a sailor. He's a man's man. He probably smokes Monte Cristo cigars nonstop. He's
that's
probably at the
true.
helm of the boat 24/7. If you were like, I have a private jet, they're like, oh, wow, you must be really pretentious.
I would like to be pretentious.
If you have the right to be pretentious,
like-
then yeah, you could be
Like,
pretentious.
yeah, like at a certain point, you have like you're a high enough caliber to where you could just be kind of a douche.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think
But I think,
also I don't like the clothes that people that wear yachts wear.
yeah, I hate when they wear yachts. It looks so weird when people just walk around with huge boats, like they just cut leg holes and arm holes into it, and they just walk around like that. That's what you said. You're gonna put on a yacht. You said people who wear yachts.
I know I don't like the clothes that people who wear the yacht. Oh well, maybe I did say that.
People who wear yachts. Yeah.
I don't like their clothes. Okay, that's what I meant. They were
Yeah.
I don't know. Where to
Yeah.
go
Well,
with
I
that.
mean, you can't. Yeah, I agree. I've seen people in yachts. They're like always wearing like white polos.
Yeah.
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 I agree. But you don't have to dress like that if you don't want to. But
I suppose not.
you're right. I mean, if you have your own private jet, you're probably wearing a suit all the time, which is pretty sweet also. Let's see.
All right.
41% agree with me, 59% agree with you.
I'm always right. What can I say?
Democracy. Okay, now we're getting into some hard ones.
Oh, that was. I thought the last ones were hard.
No. Would you rather know the moment of your own death or know the moment of death of the person you love the most?
Dang, Connor. Whoa. What? Okay, you got to take that one first.
Wow. Okay. You're taking the easy way out? I would rather know the moment of my own death. Honestly. I mean, I'm guessing by the phrasing of the question that you just know the time of it.
Yeah.
So you know the time of it, but not like how it happens, or you don't see the moment. So, but if I know exactly when I'm going to die, then I know what I need to do with the remaining time. If I know that the rest of if I know how long my wife has to live,
Aye.
I'm just miserable for the rest of, wow.
I 100%
That's
agree
heavy. That's heavy.
100% I agree with that. Like,
I can deal with my own death.
it would
I don't want to
actually
deal
kinda
with
be like a stress relief to know when you're gonna die, because then it's like, oh, okay, well, that's the chapter that ends the book.
that's the goal. Let me
Yeah.
just fit as much in as I can.
What if you figured out it was like tomorrow though?
Well, then you wouldn't have to suffer long.
Yes.
What about you?
I would certainly rather know when I was gonna die, because like you said, like knowing that about someone else, knowing that about yourself sounds wrong, but it's even worse if you know like the person you love the most is gonna die. This is dark.
Because there's nothing you could do about it.
Yeah.
You see it and you're like, wow, I can't stop that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the only thing that would make that better is if they were to die like really far down the road. Like
Yeah, which you wouldn't know anyways.
Yeah.
I mean, you're hoping they're not dying before you.
yeah, but like if I saw that like they were gonna die when they were like 102, I'd be like, I'm probably dead by like 60. So
Yeah.
like that's you know what I mean?
Yeah. True. Well, let's see. We're in the majority here. 57% agree with us. 43% would rather know the moment of death of the person that they love the most. I'm assuming that I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt and say that they have good reasoning for that, not bad reasoning.
I think they're just scared of their own deaths.
I hope that's not the case, but that's probably the case. Now, one really hard one. Would you rather work at McDonald's or Burger King?
Oh, McDonald's. I hate Burger King. Burger King is so bad. I have never been to Burger King where they give me the right order.
Agreed.
Dude, how do you mess up a cheeseburger? Like, I don't like either, to be very clear. But
Well, that's the wrong opinion, and you should change it.
what? You
McDonald's,
like
McDonald's, I would eat nothing but McDonald's for the rest of my life if I could do that without dying.
Supersize me.
I would, I would be, well, if I knew the moment of my own death, then I would certainly spend the rest of the time eating McDonald's. But
like, no joke, you actually like McDonald's.
I very much enjoy Raven at one point told me that I should be the McDonald's spokesperson because when I first moved to Virginia, I was on the other side of the country for like 2 years and I didn't have Wi-Fi. So I spent I probably spent 40 hours a week inside my local McDonald's using their
Wi-Fi. You
Wi-Fi.
like it for the Wi-Fi?
No, I loved the food too.
I was giving you an out there.
No, I will proudly admit that I love McDonald's chicken nuggets. I love their nuggets. And their fries are, if you get good
You're
McDonald's
here to hear,
fries.
Connor likes nuggets.
I don't even know what that means in your mind. I'm going to leave it alone. But I think their fries, if you get good McDonald's, you have to get McDonald's when their fries are good because most of the time they're not at their best. But when they are at their best, McDonald's fries are the best thing on the planet.
I like their fries. I'll give them that. Their fries are good. Everything else, well, I don't want to get punched, so I won't say how bad it is.
But you'd rather work at McDonald's.
I would rather work at McDonald's because Burger King sucks. Like, what is your opinion on Burger King?
I've not had it enough to care. I've had it and I'm like, oh, this is decent. But that doesn't say anything about the work environment.
That's true.
I've been in McDonald's well enough to know that I can hope that Burger King has a better work environment because, man, it looks horrible to work in McDonald's. They make halfway decent chicken nuggets, but their staff is awful all the time.
Well, it looks like you don't have to care very much to work there. So that's a plus, I guess.
Yeah. So I would gamble and say Burger King because I would hope that they're a better work environment, whereas McDonald's, I know that it's a bad work environment.
Interesting.
That's my thing.
Interesting.
Not even about the food. We asked that one about, would you rather get slapped every morning when you wake up or get cold water thrown in your face every morning when you wake up?
I'd rather do cold water in my face every morning.
Really?
Because that is such a good way to wake up.
Well, you wake up soaked. Your bed is soaked. You're soaked.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it.
But think about the repetitive brain damage you get every single day, like waking up, just getting like, and you don't know who's slapping you. Like it could be one of those guys in the slap competitions.
Is there slap competition?
There is slap competition. They stand face to face, and then one guy gets a turn, slaps.
No
the dude,
way.
And you're like, yeah. It's gnarly.
I want to watch this.
It's gnarly. We'll watch it.
It sounds awful. But it sounds like something we would have done as teenagers. It just sounds like those people just never grew out of that phase.
Indeed, dude. But
yeah.
What was the question?
Let's just say it's an average. Like, let's say it was me slapping you every morning. Like,
yeah, I'd rather have water in it. Like,
really?
a full-grown man slapping you in the face versus a bucket of water. Like I think water is such a more subtle way to wake up. Like ice cold water, it'll wake you up.
It's not. It's.
Yeah, that's better.
Like a Home Depot bucket just forcefully dropped on you.
I wouldn't mind.
All right, that's all right. But I'm just saying, I could not tolerate okay, maybe I've just got a weird quirk. I just hate like when my clothes get wet. Like if my socks are wet, dude, I gotta go change them. I can't function until I go change my socks. I don't know why, but I hate it. Maybe it's, I don't know, but
I don't know.
I hate it. So if I woke up and my sheets were wet, I was soaked, I would be pissed off for the rest of the day.
But,
could not
like,
function.
You'd go to work like every day with a big old bruise on your face because.
I'd rather do. I mean, when you get slapped, what do you get? You just get a jolt of. You just lunge out of bed, full adrenaline, ready to punch someone. That's a good way to start the day with adrenaline.
I believe you would get adrenaline.
You don't. You would never. Probably, but I mean, if you got slapped every morning when you waked up, you would never need to drink coffee again. You could if you wanted to, but you would never need it.
Have you ever taken an ice bath?
Yeah, it sucks.
But you're
It's
very
horrible.
alert after, right?
Yeah, but you're also cold.
Well, yeah, but then your.
What if it's the middle of winter and you're late for work, and you just got dumped with cold water?
Don't sleep in.
You just got to get. All right, you're wrong, but okay.
Okay.
But you're also in the majority.
Yeah.
So 63% in the majority. I've got 37% on my side. Would you rather? And this is where the I think the results get interesting. But would you rather never read another book, or never hear another song?
I'd rather never hear another song
Why?
because only lately have I started listening to Audible, and before that I've like almost never read, you know. So like now I'm actually into books because I can just have it not listened to me. What's the opposite?
Read
of
to
listen?
you.
Read to me. I can have it read to me. So that's why I would give up music.
Yeah, I agree 100% for the same reasoning too. We both, not a sponsor, but if you're looking, Audible, hit us up. But yeah, we both listen to Audible all the time.
Yeah.
And even since Audible, I've even started because I found authors that I really, really like. And I'm like, oh, I listened to these audiobooks and the next one hasn't come out on audio yet, but the books are out. So I actually bought the book on Kindle and started actually physically reading a book. And I don't even know when the last time I did that was, but now I've finished a rather large book and I feel so accomplished.
Yeah.
I would be totally okay if I didn't hear another song, if I could keep reading books or having audiobooks. And we're in the minority, the vast minority.
Bro, a bunch of bookworms.
17% agree with us.
What?
83% of people would rather never read a book, probably because they still haven't read a book before. So they're like, well, I've never started, so why,
Fair enough.
Yeah. Let's see. Would you rather party all night or sleep all night?
I'd rather sleep all night.
Yep, me too. And so would the rest of society.
Nice.
54% sleep all night, 46% party all night. Those people should be sent to their own planet, and they can stay over there and do whatever the heck those extroverts do. But us introverts are going to stay here, and we're just going to enjoy our lives like normal people and just sleep.
100%. 100%.
Yeah. Would you rather be average at everything, and think about what everything means, or be really, really good at one thing and below average on everything else?
Ooh, what's that one thing?
You get to pick. Let's modify the question slightly.
Okay.
One thing you're choosing, you'll be the best person in history at doing that one thing, and everything else you're slightly below average.
Oh, that's a hard one. That is really hard. Because think about being average at everything. You're a mediocre.
But think about what everything entails.
I know, it's everything.
Everything. I mean,
there's some good things I'm good at. I don't want to get bad at.
yeah, but on this flip side, anything at work that people don't, let's say there's a new task that nobody's done yet, or a new tool that just came out and you guys started using it, you instantly are regular at it when everybody else is just learning how to do it.
Yeah, but if that's the one thing you choose, though.
Yeah, but what if, if you were like, oh, I'm just going to be the best carpenter who has ever lived, and then everybody else is decent enough at carpentry that they're like, okay, you're really good at it, but everybody else is good enough that it doesn't really matter if you're the best ever. On the flip side, what if you're just like, oh man, I really like this song. What if I wish I could play this on piano or I could play this on guitar. Boom, you know how to play guitar well enough to play this one thing.
So you can transfer it?
Everything. You're good enough. No, I'm not saying you're the best. I'm saying if you're average at everything, it's literally everything. Garage door repair, playing the xylophone.
There are tons of things. I'm
Mechanics, aviation.
I would rather,
anything.
Yeah, that's true. I'd rather be average at everything.
Yeah,
you,
me too.
You convinced me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
because like I'm not average at everything. Like there's stuff I haven't even done.
Yeah. It's like things you've never
would be average.
There's things you haven't even imagined that you could be average at.
I guarantee nobody thought about that.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think so. I think we're a vast minority on this one.
Let's see. Nope. 64% agree with us. 36% would rather be would be the best ever at one thing. But then again, maybe I modified the question slightly.
Yes, I think you more so just convinced me of your idea and made me want this.
I was just letting you know that my opinion is the correct one, and you should change your opinion
Being
to be
an
like
average
mine.
physicist. Just being
Yeah.
an average nuclear physicist. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I mean,
And it's like I said, everything. It's like, how many people do you know that can play the kazoo more than just blowing into it? But you're average at it. You could do like, you could actually play a song on the kazoo or the didgeridoo, or you could go and build an average table,
bassoon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, like anything. Be an average mechanic, an average pilot.
That's true. Mm-hmm. All right.
Yeah. Let's see. Ooh. I worry for the person that wrote this question, but would you rather have one real get out of jail free card or have a key that opens any door?
A key that opens any door because I don't.
A key that opens any door anywhere on the planet.
I'd rather have that because like I don't foresee myself going to jail, like unless they catch me.
Well, if you use that key, maybe you will wish you had a get out of jail free card.
That's true. But then again, I think I would use that key on my car door more often than not.
It would just be like, it would be worth it just to have my massive work keychain just narrowed down to this one key.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Or like, I imagine, when I read this question, the first thing I thought of was going to Home Depot and trying to get a can of spray paint can of spray paint.
Excuse me, can you open this for me?
And they're like, yeah, just 1 second. An hour later, you're still waiting.
Yeah.
Boom, you could just, unless it's a combo lock, then you're screwed. But if it's a key lock,
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that.
most people agree with us, thank goodness. Only 23% of the population foresee themselves going to jail.
Feels good to be normal.
Would you rather?
That population's probably already in jail.
Would you rather be attacked by a shark or have your house burglarized?
Oh, that's odd. I'd probably rather. Do I live through the shark attack?
Yes.
Shark attack.
Same. Yeah.
That's like the most manly thing ever. Be like, I wrestled a shark. See this chunk of flesh missing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I 100% agree.
I ripped his tooth out and I wear it around my neck.
Yeah. Like, have you seen, the River Monsters guy?
Yeah.
Jeremy Wade? He has a spot on I don't remember which one, but one of his biceps where a stingray, like his stinger went straight through his bicep, and now there's a big chunk of his bicep missing, and he just shows it off like,
Dude,
it's like, oh yeah, this one I got a ray stung,
Yeah.
like, same. Yeah, just for the scars, it's worth it.
Yeah. Especially if you're not dead,
Yeah, that helps, yeah.
Yeah.
But we're in the vast minority. 25% agree with us. I would like to point out, like, it's just not worth, it's not just like, oh, you lose some stuff. You got to do with renter's insurance and getting your stuff back, and it's just a headache. I would rather just have instant pain, and then you're done, and you got a scar to show for it, and all your stuff is still here when you get home from the hospital.
Think about the data you'd lose on like your laptop and all that. Like, I just could not recover from that.
Yeah.
Like,
Just the sheer inconvenience of like having to like relog all your passwords on different websites is not worth it, and we'd rather get a part of our body removed by a wild animal.
100%.
Yeah. 25% of people agree with us, 75% disagree, and they're probably correct.
They probably haven't thought it through.
Yeah. Would you rather have an unlimited collection of movies or unlimited collection of video games?
Unlimited collection of movies.
Same, yeah.
Yeah, I'm much more prone towards watching movies than I am playing video games. Although I do like playing the occasional video game, but I also really suck at video games, so it would kind of suck for me to have a bunch of video games where I can't get past level 5.
Yeah, and it's like video games are a much bigger time investment too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like you.
Yeah.
I mean, video games by their nature, you gotta spend a lot of time on them, and a movie is just an hour and a half, 2 hours, 3 hours.
And this is coming from the guy who grew up playing Minecraft every waking hour.
Same. Yeah. I plus I just can't really play video. Like when I sit down to play a video game, it's just. Oh my gosh, like after about 20 minutes, I just feel like I can't justify the amount of time I'm spending on it when I could be doing something else.
Although, like, some of the most fun I've, like, had playing video games is, like, playing GTA, just running around, doing random stuff. Like, it is so enjoyable, but also movies give you a look into other worlds, you know, other environments. You know, you get so much variety there, and you can just watch and contemplate and put yourself in their shoes, and I like that.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I think I don't think that anybody who would say video games, I don't think they're wrong.
Yeah,
but in my
no.
opinion, personally, I just don't play video games enough to care.
Yeah.
You know?
I think if you did play video games more than you watched movies, you'd probably say video games.
Yeah. But we just watch more movies.
Yeah.
But as expected, we're in the minority. 43% agree with us. 57% would rather have video games, which is fine. Would you rather? Oh, this one hits home for me, as we just talked about a few questions ago. But would you rather always have wet socks or always have to shower with your clothes on?
Oh, I'd rather always shower with my clothes on. Like,
Really?
yeah, no, I do hate having wet socks. Like, that sounds like the wet squelching. Have you ever watched Stranger Things and the subtitles? It just says squelching, or
Yeah.
wet squelching, which is
Yeah.
But that's the concept that walking with like shoes and wet socks.
Yeah. Plus, yeah, I agree. I can, and most people that do agree with you. 60% would rather.
Yeah.
shower
Wet
with their clothes on.
squelching is out.
We're gonna put that right up here on the
Don't
thing.
wet squelch.
Next question. Oh, I like this one. This one plays into the 2 questions ago a little bit. And I think it's an interesting one. Would you rather wrestle a lion or fight a shark? And I want to say, I think the question, when it says wrestle or fight, I don't foresee you winning a fight. Like the animal doesn't just give up.
But the question
So
doesn't entail death. It's simply I don't see how you could get in either of those situations. Actually, I do see a situation where you could get in with a shark where you could live, but I don't see any way for you to get into a wrestling match with a lion and not have your back vertebrae snapped.
True.
Like,
I could
because
see that.
with a shark.
Well, so how do you, I know people in the comments can be like, oh, this is what you do with a shark attack because they spent 2 seconds on Google.
Yeah.
What would you, like right now, if a shark was going to attack you right now, how would you defend yourself against a shark?
Punch it in the nose.
Is that what that's what people say? Like,
That's what they say.
what if it doesn't care? What if it's like, ouch, and then it bites what if you go to do it?
You put your fingers like in their eyes or something.
Same with a lion. Poke their eyes out.
No, but the lion is so much. A lion has multiple weapons coming at you from different angles. It's got big, powerful jaws, and it's got 4 paws. It's got claws.
True.
It's literally tuned to kill mammals.
True.
Whereas a shark, maybe it gets punched in the nose. It's like, you're not worth it, bro. I've seen some nice tuna around here. You know.
Well, but also, if in the situation that you're in, it doesn't really give any qualifiers in the question. So, I mean, what situation do you get in with a shark? I mean, you're surfing or you're swimming, you're in open ocean, and a shark comes at you out of nowhere.
Yeah.
By the time you know the shark is there, you've already been damaged. A lion, you are already on alert. You know that you're on the savannah, and you might even have a knife on you.
It's not gonna do anything though.
I think if you see the lion coming, you can't see the shark coming. You'll see the lion
This
coming.
thing is like hundreds of pounds of just man-eating flesh.
How do you think natives have killed lions for centuries,
Yeah,
thousands of years?
having multiple people in a group with spears, that might help.
Okay, fair, but
I think, let me say this. I don't think you would really fare so well in either situation, but I would rather have the shark because they have more weaknesses than a lion.
okay, I could see that. When I first read the question, my first thought was, I don't see you surviving either of these things, so would you rather die of a shark attack or die by a lion attack?
Fair enough. I'd rather die of a lion attack.
I would too. Depending, I think this question needs further clarification.
Yes, but I would still say, for my final answer, I'd say shark.
Okay. I'm indecisive on this one because, you know, I really hate the idea of fighting something in the ocean. You are so defenseless in the ocean.
Yes, you are.
On solid ground, even if you die, at least you feel more secure. If you die either way, I'd rather die feeling secure than die in sheer terror of not being in my natural environment. So I would say lion, my choice, but and most people agree with me. 52%, barely,
very close.
Barely.
That was very close.
52% agree with me. 48% would rather fight a shark. Would you rather live in a space station or a deep sea submarine?
Space station, bro.
Why?
Because I like space and I like the galaxy. I think it's so cool. And like being able to like live on a literal spaceship is, I don't want to say it's a dream because I probably wouldn't want to do it, but it would be really nice. And living underneath, well, we all know what happens to submarines nowadays.
Yeah, ouch.
Yeah.
I would rather do, space terrifies me. I'd rather be in a submarine. I've spent more time
The water.
on the ocean than I have in outer space, so maybe it's just like
It's just a
familiarity,
different
which is also true for you, I think. But
yeah, that's true.
yeah, but still, I would rather be underwater because people have spent, in my thinking, I think people have spent more time figuring out how to make submarine life livable than they have making outer space livable, because probably less than 100 people have been in space as astronauts.
Far more money has been put into the reliability of space stations than
But that's not all into convenience. I mean,
no.
but I mean,
But it's so safe.
But I mean, think about the amount of time, the amount of investment that people have put into. I mean, how many submarines are there in the entire world? Hundreds or thousands?
Probably thousands.
And on those submarines are stationed thousands or tens of thousands of sailors.
Yeah, but I think it would
For
be so
years
much
round.
It would be so much cooler to be in space.
I agree, but I think it would be more comfortable on a submarine.
You're probably right, but I would rather be in space because that's
All
just
right.
cool.
All right,
That's
fair.
like the Wild West of the modern day. Outer
That's a
space-
good quote.
Outer space is the Wild West of the modern day.
That's pretty good, I'd have to say. Also, something interesting. I knew a guy in the Navy, and he was a submarine, like he worked on a submarine. And he told me that something that the submarine, what they used to do on the submarines, because of like, obviously there's no daylight cycle, they actually like stopped working on 24-hour days, and they worked on like, I can't remember what it was like.
An off schedule.
Yeah, it was something like 20, maybe it was like an 18-hour day or something, or it was like they basically worked off of how many schedules they had, how many watches they had,
Yeah.
and like the day was just so many hours different than than it is on the surface.
Yeah.
And so they did that for a while, and then they found out that it's like really bad for humans to
Yeah,
do that.
sure.
And so they were like, even if you're at the bottom of
Circadian
this,
cycle,
is that the word?
I believe.
I think
Circadian cycle.
that's it. Isn't that a bug?
Fact check.
Isn't that a bug? A cicada?
No, I didn't. It's circadian.
Anyways.
Circadian cycle.
I think it sounds right. I
Something
think
along those lines.
something like that.
Cycle something.
But anyways, it's like really bad for people to do that. So it's like even with no day-night cycle at the bottom of the ocean, your brain still needs a 24-hour day.
Yeah. For
which is
sure.
crazy. Which I feel like maybe if you were on another planet with like a 26-hour day,
Yeah.
it would probably adjust due to the daylight.
Yeah.
But on this planet, that's what people need. That's my, I wonder. Most people agree with you, by the way. 37% agree with me, 63 on your side.
The modern frontier.
And this one is a really important one.
Oh yeah.
Would you rather be fat and smell nice all the time, or be fit and smell like sweat all the time?
See, this one can go multiple ways. But like, imagine being the most fit person ever, but like you smell like sweat. But sweat, what is sweat? To me, sweat.
You smell like BO.
Okay, well that's different. Sweat from working out is different than like.
Okay,
BO.
but if you let that sweat ferment for like a couple hours, you
ferment?
stink. You stink.
This is true, like a gym bag.
That's what you're
My
gonna.
boxing gym bag smells pretty bad.
Yeah. Would you rather that
Okay,
or the alternative?
only if I had my own private gym and I had like some online presence where no one could smell me. But like but being fat, man, I don't want to be fat. This is hard.
You got to choose. If this is real life, these are the choices you have to make. Would you
Okay,
rather?
But fat people are so happy. Sometimes, beyond a certain weight, they're not happy. But like, I think I'd rather be fit and smell bad.
I gotta disagree.
I know.
I think like, but I mean, it's just, I mean, but think about it. Like, there are so many fat people that everybody loves. You know.
It's true, but
And if
I
you
just couldn't
smell
live
nice-
with myself fat.
I mean, okay, that's fair. But like, I mean, just think about like other people. There's tons of fat people that people just love. You know, Santa Claus. If you hug Santa Claus, you assume he smells good, and everybody loves Santa.
Imagine he smells like a dirty sock.
Yeah, that would be a completely different ballgame. If Santa was like ripped,
But
stank, and there's lots of in general. Okay, forget about Santa. In general society, there are tons of fat people that you're gonna really like, but in you know, if you stink, nobody
like
likes somebody that just stinks all the time.
I agree, but
nobody.
likes me. So.
You're not trying to get people's approval anyways.
Yes.
Most people agree with you though.
Wow,
60% agree with you. 40% agree with me. So 60% of the
majority.
population is dumb. Last one, really important one. Okay.
Okay.
Would you rather fight? I gotta say this with a straight face. Would you rather fight? Okay.
Fight what? I'm
Okay.
in anticipation.
Would you rather fight 100 duck-sized horses or fight one horse-sized duck? 100 duck-sized horses or one horse-sized duck?
One horse-sized duck. Just bring on the mega boss.
My gosh.
Bring in the mega. Like
Boss music starts playing, just boom, he just busts through the door.
duck being the size of a horse would be so scary.
But I mean, but think about what the heck are duck-sized horses even gonna do? What's a regular horse gonna do? Try to run you over? They could bite too, but
I feel like they'd have really good chompers. Like
it would be like little. Oh my gosh! Can you imagine 100 little land
that's
piranhas?
just overwhelming. Yeah, land piranhas.
Yeah, they're just like land piranhas that are for some reason look like horses.
Piranhas with legs.
Oh my gosh! What about like flying piranhas?
Oh my goodness, dude.
That's horrifying. Anyways, that's not what we're talking about.
Yes.
I guess.
Bring in Duck Boss.
I mean, that's a big duck though.
It's a big duck.
Have you been bitten by a duck before? It hurts.
They peck pretty hard.
They do.
Dude, imagine the leverage that duck beak would have.
It would be like a. Have you seen like terror birds, like fossils of terror birds? No. Those things are scary. I mean, they're raptor-sized birds with razor bills, and they will just.
It's like a duck ostrich almost.
A dostrich.
Ostrich. But bigger.
But yeah, it's. Think how much that thing would weigh. That's a lot. It's not as tall as a horse. It is like. Its body is the size of a horse. That is a massive duck. But it's also a long neck. I imagine what either of
some
us.
buckshot.
I imagine what either. No, you got to do like mano a mano.
Oh, no.
If they don't have monos,
But the horses would just consume you bite by bite.
well, they wouldn't eat you, but it would hurt. Like it would just be to the point where it's like you just want to. You're just running because you're tired of being bitten.
But their horses are fast.
Oh, they are fast. I just imagine
you could
as
not escape them.
Okay, I agree.
Yeah,
I
you'd be like slaughtering them for days. Like day and night, they'd chase you through the countryside, biting your heels.
I want you to write like a short story about this.
Some fan fiction
Day and night, they chased me. Oh my gosh, we got to do that. We got to post like a short story on our thing about that. But I imagine the move that either of us would do, because think about how long the neck of a duck is.
Yeah.
Either of us would probably just need to avoid getting pecked and get around on the backside and just get a good chokehold on that duck.
Choke out a duck.
Choke out this
I've always
the
wanted to
ostrich.
do that.
The duck ostrich. And you could just choke it. I mean, I think we'd do pretty good, but that's a thick neck though. I mean, if you you have to be pretty strong.
Yeah, I don't know. Scaled up, I don't think it would be too large to grab.
No, but I mean, there's a lot of muscle in there, you know? You got to crush all that.
It's true. I don't know much about the anatomy of a throat of a duck, though, so I can't say just crush his trachea because I don't know if it has one.
So the results of this one will say inconclusive.
Yes, inconclusive.
More data required.
More data required, but duck, because I want to see that.
Yeah, I'll agree with you.
Yeah.
We all know what a tiny horse would look like, but
Yeah,
what would a massive? I mean, that's got to be. How much does a horse weigh? 1,000 pounds? Think about 1,000-pound duck.
That's fun.
Well, all right. Well, most people would rather fight a horse-sized duck. 64% agree. 36% would rather be chased through the countryside day and night by tiny horses.
Your heels are gonna get sore.
Yeah, they're gonna. I've been bitten by a horse before. It hurts.
Yeah.
Have you been?
Fat teeth. I haven't been bitten, but I've heard them chomp. I'm like,
Yeah.
their molars are like this big, bro.
Yeah. It's just like being clamped. You know, there's just
A vice.
Yeah, it just looks like a vice, just like
Yeah.
they're not sharp, but there's some crushing power there.
Yeah.
Well, I agree. Let me see if there's any. Okay, let's put this one in as a gag.
Okay.
Would you rather know the truth about UFOs or know the truth about Bigfoot?
Oh. I'm sorry, Connor. I'm going to hurt your feelings, but I would rather know the truth about UFOs.
Well, it's a trick question because we already know the truth behind both of those things. So
What?
I already know the truth about Bigfoot. So
Okay. Fair enough, Connor. Oh, look at this. Your cup. Your cup is Bigfoot.
we'll do an episode about that.
Yeah,
We
we'll
have
do a
to.
whole. Trust me, we'll talk for hours about Bigfoot and UFOs.
Yep, we will. All right. Well, this was fun. We should have thought about an
Yes, it
outro
was.
better. Okay. Well, that's that. We've learned that most of society should not be trusted,
Indeed,
including you, but not because of the results of this, just in general.
I concur.
So, well, thank you for joining us. If you've stuck around this long, please consider subscribing, liking, especially commenting. We'd love to hear you, your input, and specifically, we would love to hear your give us answers to all the questions. What are your opinions on all these things? And try to answer before you know pause the video, answer the question before you find out the results, our results. That's what we want to know is, would you rather fight a duck-sized horse or 100 horse-sized ducks?
Yes.
It's very important, so think hard before you answer and make sure you subscribe and like.
Yes. See you later.
Bye-bye.